Earlier today, the Senate Armed Services Committee questioned Air Force General John Hyten about allegations of sexual misconduct. Army Colonel Catherine Splett-Stouser, Hyten's former aide, said he made unwanted sexual advances in 2017. Now, this all came up after President Trump nominated Hyten to be the vice chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. The Air Force Office of Special Investigations reviewed the allegations and found insufficient evidence to charge Hyten. Hyten's denied the accusations. Earlier, Splett-Stouser talked to the press about the case.
As a victim, I felt like I got sandbagged in there. If you want to know how the OSI investigation was done, it investigated the victim. Its approach was to blame, shame, and discredit the victim. It did not investigate the subject thoroughly. I will tell you, as somebody who had just almost been raped that evening, I was just devastated as a human being, and I was scared.
Courtney Kube has been following this story. She joins us now from the Pentagon. Courtney, let's talk about the report. What exactly did that original report in this case find?
So it's just like you said in the intro, Allison, you know, this is an OSI investigation. It's a criminal investigation. It doesn't actually find guilt or innocence, but based off of the findings and based off of what it puts together, it can lead to then charges. In this case, the investigation did not lead to any charges against General Hyten. There's a convening authority. There's someone who looks at this and then determines whether he should go to potentially in Article 32 a general court-martial for any kind of charges. And in this case, there was not enough evidence in the investigation to take General Hyten to charges and to a court-martial.
Now, what are the chances that there might be another investigation into these allegations or that this could go further?
Low to none.
Okay.
You know, defense officials who I've spoken with, I mean, it's a fair question. It's the exact question that I've been asking ever since I started looking into this. And then today, after his confirmation hearing ended, and defense officials I've spoken with say, as of now, there's no momentum. If, in fact, this continues to go on, the only thing that I could see that could move, that could potentially continue this line of questioning and continue this is if, by chance, Colonel Splett-Stouser, the accuser here, were to testify in some sort of an open hearing. She actually offered to do that last week, and the Senate Armed Services Committee did not take her up on that. So at this point, I don't anticipate that happening, especially given the fact that the Senate is just about to go into an extended recess for the rest of the summer. But so at this point, it seems as if the next movement we will have on this entire case is that General Hyten, he's expected to be confirmed out of committee. Then the question is, will the entire Senate take up this confirmation before they go on recess? It doesn't seem that way. Okay. It seems as if that will be extended out over the next 6 weeks or so, and they'll deal with it in the fall. What's interesting is the person he's supposed to replace, the current vice chairman, General Selva, is actually scheduled to retire tomorrow.
Wow.
So we're going to have another case here of a senior leader in the Pentagon with an unfilled position.
Wow. Have you gotten any sense from the Senate overall how the senators are reacting to these resurfaced allegations? Excuse me. What have they been saying? So, you know, I think I've spoken to a number of senators since all this started, and then after they heard from Colonel Splett-Stouser last Tuesday, I spent a bunch of time up on the Hill speaking to members and staffers and whatnot, and people were reserving their judgment until they heard from General Hyten. He testified in a closed hearing on Thursday. I'm told by a number of people who were present that they went through chapter and verse of this OSI investigation, and they went into the nitty-gritty to talk to him about it. The fact that he went on they scheduled a confirmation hearing after that gives you a good sense of where many of the senators' heads are, and that is that they believe that the investigation looked into the allegations and it did not substantiate, and they didn't think that his confirmation hearing needed to be held up. And I think the most powerful thing that we heard from today was Senator Martha McSally. She is a self-proclaimed victim of military sexual assault. Yes. She came out in a very strong and powerful defense of General Hyten, at one point even apologizing to him and his family for what he went through here. The fact that she has said, and her staff have said, that she spent hours going through the allegations and the investigation. The fact that she felt comfortable and said that, in fact, it was fully investigated and that it was a fair and thorough process. That's one of the strongest indicators that we have of where his confirmation and where his nomination is ultimately going to go here, Allison. All right, Courtney Kube at the Pentagon. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.